what exactly is a free body diagram? A free body diagram, sometimes called a force diagram, is a pictorial device used by physicists to analyze the forces and moments acting on a body. Now this is how you can create a free body diagram. First, draw objects as a box, and then draw all force vectors, and finally, solve it and redraw the diagram. Remember the example Mr. Anderson gave us during class of himself falling off a plane? What you've just seen is a lively situation, and now let's draw a free diagram out of this. What you need to do first is to draw an object or person, in this case as a box. Now draw all force vectors. Solve the numbers and put them beside the box. Now you've created your own free body diagram. Now let's draw a free body diagram with an apple. What you need to do first is to draw a box that represents the apple. Now if you draw forces that act upon the apple, you've created your own free body diagram. Now let's see what a vector resolution is. Vector resolution is the process of determining the magnitude of a vector. There are two types of vector resolution, and the first one is parallelogram method and the other is trigonometry method. Let's first take a look at the parallelogram method. The parallelogram method of vector resolution involves using an accurately drawn scale vector diagram to determine the components of the vector. For instance, let's take a look at this example. For parallelogram method, you need to have a specific scale like 1 cm equals 10 meters per second. Then draw an arrow with the scale and exact angle. After that, draw a box around the arrow like the middle picture is doing. Finally, get the Vx and Vy by measuring their length and using the previous scale we got. Now let's move on to the trigonometric method. The trigonometric method of vector resolution involves using trigonometric functions to determine the components of the vector. Now take a look at this example of trigonometric method. The main difference with the previous one is that we need to use sine and cosine functions to determine the lengths of f horizontal and force vertical. First, get a rough sketch of the vector, then draw a box around it. Finally, you can simply use sine and cosine to determine the forces. I hope you've got something out of this, and thank you for watching.